see who we got in here. Hey, Angie. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Cashmere. Hey, Serena. Hey, Cat Eyes. Hey, Tanya. Oh, my goodness. Cat Eyes, I read that last comment that you typed. I couldn't do nothing but just laugh out loud. Seriously. Oh, my gosh. Welcome to Allegedly Wednesdays, everybody, where everything said is alleged. Allegedly. Y'all, this is going to be a busy night. So, goodness. All of y'all have been hitting me up because Megan Thee Stallion has decided to sue Milagro Grams. So we might as well go ahead and get that out the way first. I'm going to let a few more of y'all get in here before I touch this. Hey, Zayon. Hey, Bostress. Hey, Shernan. Hey, Quenisha. Hey, Lorna. Yeah, I know she's on now. I actually just came out of the station head so I could come over here because I didn't want to be late over here. Y'all. Hey, Vintage Paris Diana. Y'all. You said ponytail rabbit hole today. Oh my goodness. So Angel, I have a question for you. What's going on? What's the question? Hey, Mystique. Oh, happy to have you here. Hey, Taylor. Oh, you said you're happy to see I'm on here. I was the first person you thought about. Um, I don't know if that station head is still up or not. When I did the reading for Millie, where I told her that everybody was going to start coming for her, and look, coming they are. This is like the what, second, third threat of lawsuit in the last 4 or 5 months. Let's see, what's the question? It said about Tasiki and Chris Shine's setup. Um, I'm not gonna say it was necessarily a setup. That family needs a lot of healing, and if anything, Tasiki needs to really reevaluate who she works for. That this wasn't something screened and vetted beforehand, and they allowed her to be seen a certain way. So, usually, especially if you work for a company, you get a professional courtesy where you know what's coming down the pike. Like I said, usually. Uh, oh, thank you. So y'all make sure to hit that like button. Yes, welcome to Allegedly Rabbit Hole Wednesdays. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might actually end up wearing the rabbit ears on this episode because goodness gracious. I don't even. How many of y'all in here? We got. Oh, not bad. First 4 minutes. I'll give it just a little while longer so we can get a few more people in here because I want to go ahead and tap into this. I'm going to read both sides of this. I want to see. And I'm not going to take long. It's just going to be like a tap in, something quick. I've already been channeling on this situation. From the channels that I got on this, y'all, this is going to be very interesting because it's going to cause a battle when it comes to amendment rights. This is challenging First Amendment rights and freedom of the press, where people have the right to, speak freely in the United States. So when you think about your freedom of speech and you're thinking about, the freedom of the press, I can tell you right now, this is a very bold move for an artist to attack a vlogger and sue them, especially under these grounds. And this is way different than the Tasha K and Cardi B situation, because in that situation, it went off into HIPAA violations and all those types of things. That actually did more so, that went off into private information. This is going off of public domain and not liking the delivery of the person. And it's, when it comes to the attacking the First Amendment rights and the right for, the press, freedom of the press, that's going to get really, really dicey for the company as a whole, not just Megan. Because when you're an entertainer, you need the press. How do you get your product out? How do you let people know about what's going on with you if you cannot get it in the press? It's got to be a give and take relationship between artists and the press. I definitely understand things have to be respectful, but at the same time, just because you don't like the tone in which someone describes a situation, it doesn't make it not right. That just means you don't like the one who delivered the message. And if we get off into if you like who delivered the message versus you don't like who delivered the message versus if it is actual truth or if it's defamation, that's where this goes up in smoke. So now that I got enough of y'all in here, we're going to go ahead and tap into the energy around the lawsuit between Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro Grams. Angel, spirit guides, and ancestors, please tap me into the energy around this lawsuit. How will this lawsuit carry out? Yeah, the car's doing somersets. Somersaults. Lord, Somerset is a mall. I play too much. Okay, so you've got a message coming out fast and swift. Y'all see how that just came flying out? Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Now, those of you who are new to me, when I read Megan's energy, my spirit guide split it between the Queen of Wands, which represents fire, the hot girl, and the Queen of Swords, which is her, the person. So a message coming out swiftly from the hot girl. So the way that card flew out, it automatically lets me know that this was a rush decision. They had to hurry up and get something out as soon as possible. Okay, this is definitely like courts and law enforcement, higher courts, and this is going to the federal court, which definitely is causing, behind the scenes, heartbreak or over heartbreak. Angels, please be specific, please and thank you. So the independent woman. So in this case, this represents independent media, okay? So we got 7 of Cups here, considering your options. And in this case, Millie would represent the independent woman, independent media. And we've got fighting here, 5 of Wands. So they do plan on coming at her as hard as they can, but it's like the way that they're going to go about it. 7 of Swords is, it feels in a roundabout way, like an overlay for the underplay. Well, that was a lot of cards that flew out. Hold on. Let's try that again, y'all. Okay, so once again, we've got the Fool here. The Fool represents taking a leap of faith, sometimes leaping before you look. Are they cutting up in the comments already? It's early yet. Hey, Hot Flush Summer. So yeah, this Fool card represents somebody who's taking a leap of faith. Sometimes the Fool is someone who leaps before they look. They don't really, see something for the long haul, or look, all the way through a situation. So that's two cards letting me know that this was impetuous, this was impulsive, this was spontaneous. Now, the King of Wands represents a fire sign. What about this King of Wands? Five of Cups. So this King of Wands that appears to be over her career, this person silently, not publicly, allegedly, this person is in shame, deep regret, humiliated, okay? So somebody behind the scenes is not quite happy about her filing this lawsuit. They felt like this was not the smartest move. Why is that? Oh, bottom of the deck. They're already being watched, okay? And they're worrying about the way people are going to perceive this, how it's going to be seen, and how this is going to come back to them overall. So there are people that are affiliated with her career that are on the backside of it, that are worried about how this is going to affect their company, their brand. This feels like somebody wishes they could have talked this through with Megan before she took this leap of faith. Why is that? Oh, yeah. They think this is going to backfire. Somebody behind the scenes believes her coming out with this is like she moved too fast. Now they're considering their options about what should be done now that she's come forward with this message. This is a strong card of betrayal. So there could be arguing somewhere behind the scenes because someone may have either suggested against this or felt like she should have said something to them before she made this decision. Yeah. So they do want to, well, I'm not going to say they. It looks like either Megan or, her and her lawyer, they are trying to come after Millie for a large nominal fee, the Empress, because they know she can produce. They know that people listen to her. They know that she births a movement. Hey, Millie the Mystic. So that's what the plan is to get her into this federal court and, get her to pay a large payout. That's the plan, allegedly. Yeah, want to affect her financial stability for being stubborn and staying consistent with defending what she believes in and reporting what she believes in. Six of Pentacles falling under the Five of Wands. So that's very interesting because that looks like somebody could end up contributing to this fight financially. Um, this even feels like they'll take this as far as they need to try to get a settlement out of it as well. Because it's like Eight of Cups. They want her to walk away. They want her to back up. They want her to leave this situation alone. It feels as if somebody wanted to give her anxiety. They wanted her to be upset. They wanted her to pretty much cower in her boots. But like I said earlier, I feel the energy of backfiring is like they got regret over this situation with going forward. What is the regret? Why? What is the regret? All right, we've got Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, come on with this little raggedy motorbike. Why did it take them so long to ride past, y'all? So we've got the Knight of Wands, which represents somebody moving in swiftly. They figured this was going to be a in and out situation, cut and dry. But you got a Tower coming here to this Emperor. What is this Tower? Y'all, they're going to have to be very careful about how they handle this, because when it comes down to it, this is going to ruffle some feathers with some people behind the scenes in the press. And those people are going to be more than happy to pay them back with very, very vigorous coverage that may not be flattering, allegedly. Hold on, I saw something in here. I want to make sure all my cards are in the upright. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay, Queen of Swords, Queen of Coins. So I do see that, you know, Megan for sure wants to come for Milagro stability, allegedly. This is what this looks like. Yeah. They could be at this point researching her assets to see what she owns, to see what her net worth is, to find out about you know, how she lives, not just where she lives. Of course, they know where. At this point, they pretty much know where she lives. Okay, so there's something about this that can come off so toxic and chaotic. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And how is this going to turn out if they go forward with the lawsuit? Page of Coins. This is not going to pay out the way that they expect it to. Now you got the moon energy here. The moon always represents what you don't see, the other side of an equation, a situation. What is it that we don't see? This collaboration here to come against her and to fight her, to get her to come out of a judgment, it's looking like it's not going to render anything. It's actually going to drain resources. And it's interesting because it feels like this is what she wants to do to Millie, but I don't see how this is going to be fruitful for her. Let me see what y'all are saying. Said, I think Alex Spiro is banking on Millie being intimidated by his rep and tactics and backing down. He's got to know that there's no case here for this to go to trial. Well, here's the interesting thing enough. I really think if Megan had studied Milagro as much as Milagro has studied her to report on her, she would know that Millie is someone who is very efficient when it comes to her research. And she's a very educated woman. She's a thinker. So when you have someone that has the degree that Millie has in, what is that, like criminal justice and psychology, you're not talking about your average vlogger on YouTube. This is someone that you could speak to as an actual analyst, because most criminal analysts have those types of degrees. Said, I hope they know this is only helping Millie. Oop, Nefertiti, you said Millie did her own homework in college. Lord have mercy. Said said Millie, she knows what she's doing. She's smart, and this is why I say stay in school. It definitely is not going the way that they expected. Remember when she did the 20 versus 1, they were threatening to sue her then, and they brought up the adult tape, okay? Because I don't know what I could say from week to week here on YouTube, but they brought up the adult tape. And when they brought that up, they tried to blame her for that. And it was proven in the 20 versus 1 that not only did she not post it, it was posted by another source who had posted it hours before she had seen it. And then they said that, you know, they pretty much negated their own claim when they said that, well, she drove traffic to it. And then they said drove traffic to it without Miss Pete's permission. Now, if you are a member of social media, let alone the press, anytime you share something on your page, it drives traffic to the original person, because everything goes back to the original post eventually. So anyone that could, you know, like something, anything like that, could be accused of that. And that's still not considered criminal. She didn't share it. She didn't take part in actually sharing it. So they can't say that she helped to circulate Revenge P because she didn't share it. Now, the driving traffic, that's a little flimsy. Well, it's just flimsy, period. So we've got the Three of Cups here, which represents not only good times, but it represents gossip, idle gossip, petty gossip. And it's falling here under the Fool and the Nine of Swords. So it feels like there's a lot of anxiety here around, Megan, about the conversations that are being had, the way that people are discussing her as of lately. She just wants people to not discuss her in a certain way. That sounds very familiar, for someone else that is, in the vlogs quite regularly. You cannot tell the media that they can't report on you only if they like, or show you in a certain likeness that you like. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to always be flattering. It just has to be, something that is truthful, right? So it's like she's trying to stop all of the rhetoric in the conversation that she feels is unfavorable to her. But it's like to no avail, because the next row is a Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. So the Emperor, for me, in this situation, represents like the parent company or the lawyer. It's like now they have to take over and get involved in some type of way. Why is that? Yeah, because this is turning into an unrequited offer. So to have the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups in the same row, that sucks. You've got shame, regret, humiliation, embarrassment because somebody was impetuous, was moving too fast. Now you've got people behind the scenes that run things that want to come in because this is becoming a PR nightmare, a disaster. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck represents sorry and apology. Two of Pentacles here in this deck, Two of Coins. It's like they're wavering back and forth on how to handle this situation. It could possibly get to the point to where they state they just want a public apology. The decision is hanging in the balance if they should pursue this and move forward, or if they should just try to force an apology out of Millie, allegedly. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about when you play with this freedom of the press. Remember what I just said about the freedom of the press, where they could start releasing things that are unfavorable? It looks like now she's activated something to where the press is going to really, really start looking into this case and these accusations, because this has also been reported on TMZ. So look at what's at the bottom of the deck. You got the sun on the table and you've got the moon at the bottom of the deck. That means something is going to be exposed that is a secret here. So she's going to have to be very careful, because it's like the whole house of cards is going to come down for her and the company that's rendering the support, because it's going to make certain members of the press feel sorry about that. They got me freezing, y'all. Hey, thank you. I greatly appreciate you. And will that girl tell me if that card tell me if my girl is cheating? You are absolutely hilarious that you set up here and sent me money to ask me that. Baby, you need a private reading. Message me, email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com, and we can talk about that privately. Oh my God. That's cute though. Oh my gosh. I needed that laugh. Back to what I was saying. Oh man. So yeah, like I was saying, the you're gonna have certain pockets of the media that are now going to start researching this case, and they're going to start delving into the information that a lot of the people in the public may not be privy to. So don't be surprised if the media out of nowhere becomes hyperly obsessed with all things Megan and all things Megan and Tory, and then they get to digging into things, and it becomes like a fire sale for information where everybody wants to hurry up and rush and be first to the press to release things on this case and what's going on that they ignored in the past. So it's going to be like the same media that wouldn't report on this case in the past is going to pop up out of nowhere, and it's going to seem like this is all they want to talk about, and they could end up sensationalizing the case the on the second time around versus the first time around, where a lot of the media ignored coverage on this case, where YouTube and TikTok and Twitch were like the primary places where you had to go to find out what was going on. It feels like this case right here is going to put her in a position to where everybody is going to want to report on what's going on in the mainstream now. So everything that she didn't want to happen is actually going to come into effect. She's going to feel like she's in a wormhole. Um, Lord have mercy. Go a little further with this. Yeah, yeah. So, you got the hangman here in reverse, and you've got the six of swords, but, just about trying, but I'm going to turn it up right. So, falling under the queen of swords, which represents her, the person, it's like she's trying to get out of this hangman situation to where, she feels like the conversation is what's like an anchor around her, holding her down, allegedly. Um, I feel like somebody somewhere behind the scenes is telling her to leave this situation behind and move forward, because it's going to manifest into other things. The magician at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Y'all, don't be surprised if somebody somehow, some way, allegedly starts to really dig into her background and they start to put out family secrets. And it would be considered a wish fulfillment. Oh, that's messed up. So this could really go to a low place. I hope this doesn't go off into something personal where it gets to digging into people's family business. Okay. They just gonna they gonna keep trying to kick me out. There we go again. So we got Temperance here that's falling under this Ten of Pentacles in reverse to the Wheel of Fortune. So they definitely want to, have Millie come out upside down, have her lose this judgment so that it can turn into the Wheel of Fortune for Megan. because they know a lot of people invest in Millie, and when Millie speaks, it gives birth to ideas. And that card falling under the Three of Cups also represents, you know, the idle chit chat, the rumors, the gossip. So they know that when she speaks, she's like E.F. Hutton. People listen, right? And that's what brings, like, they're going to say that, you know, her voice or her opinions bring shame, humiliation, regret, remorse. Um, Knight of Wands also speaks on like sexual energy and, you know, body autonomy, things like that, not being judged for being in that energy. So point blank, they just want to make her sorry and they want to make her pay um, for things that she said in the past that they feel, you know, are unrequited. Ooh, Lord. Whatever this is, that's going to be exposed, okay? There's some information that's going to be exposed that's going to bring this whole situation to a close, to a rest. And this is where I was just telling y'all earlier about the freedom of the press. So when you look at, you know, you've got this card here, this is where Megan's going to end up sorry in this situation, because people are going to come forward to defend her right to speak, even if it is combative, because this affects the whole entire balance for the media. The Tree of Life represents, you know, the whole entire, you know, multiplex of media, whether it be independent media or if it is the regular mainstream media. And this represents the card of the truth. This falls under the High Priestess. So there are a lot of truths that are about to come out about this coverage and the actual back and forth between the two of them. Um, yeah, there's going to be a lot of deep emotions about how this ends. But I see a wish fulfillment for Millie when it's all said and done, because she's this role right here with the independent woman. Yeah, here's the irony. And this is the great thing about this being allegedly Wednesdays, okay? Because all things said are alleged. What did Trump say? Fake news, fake news, fake news, right? According to Team Hot Sauce, the last reading I did on her, they told me that my readings were fake. So fake reading, fake reading, fake reading, according to them, right? This is looking like to me that what Megan kicked off to come after Millie is not only going to backfire because it's going to blow up in her face, because freedom of the press, people are going to stick together and they're going to see this as an attack against their liberty. She has to be careful, because the judgment that she wants out of Millie could turn back around on her if Millie countersues. So it looks like somebody's trying to stop this from moving forward. Yeah, they're making a decision now because they don't know if they should move forward. Why would you keep threatening to sue somebody and go through all of this if you're gonna go back and forth? What is this? still juggling on if they should walk away from this. It's a lot of indecision. So this is looking like somebody's making a decision to defend themselves and move forward. A lot is going to be riding on this because this is definitely, either way it goes, somebody's stability is definitely going to be affected from this case. But I do not see this turning out the way that people think that it's going to turn out. Now, I'm going to pull a couple where are my cards? We'll pull a couple of oracle cards on this, and then I'm going to close this out. Because this is only a light tap in. We're just asking about the energy around it now. It just seems, it's weird to me because it feels like a lot of indecision. It's a lot of, like, you know, in your face energy to the public, but behind the scenes it just feels like somebody is feeling like maybe we should reconsider this. Let's see what y'all talking about. You said sounds like you need to get a lawyer. You didn't know any of this was going on. I will tell y'all this. All of the social media people that are following this case, the bloggers who are doing content on this case, everybody needs to be very mindful of the way that this case is handled and the way that the outcome of this goes, because this doesn't just affect Millie. This affects anyone that does content, especially if you do content for a living. And then you have to think about how this can trickle down to, you know, your regular social media platform. Let's say you're a regular person. You're not a blogger, you're not a celebrity, you post something, it goes viral. You could fall under the same umbrella. So okay, I see a lot of stress around this due to the origin of how this came off. Overloaded. So somebody bit off more than they can chew. But this looks like it turns into a blessing in disguise. How? Okay, who's stubborn? Somebody's stubborn. We already talked about the spirit of the energy of somebody being stubborn, but now the real estate card doesn't necessarily mean like purchasing real estate. I feel like something that has to do with someone's home, possibly where they actually live or address, is going to become very significant. Now, remember what I told y'all about the freedom of the press and the way that the press is going to take this lawsuit. Okay, you see this collaborating card? Okay, you see how all these people are collaborating, they're working together. The press is going to start looking like they're working together. It's going to, you know, end up becoming an obsession for some people in the press to cover things attached to the people in this case, because remember I told y'all this affects First Amendment rights. This affects freedom of speech and freedom of the press. Let's see. Oh, looky here. The trolls are here. All righty. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Megan said, I noticed that that suit was filed in Florida. I didn't know Horace resided there. Well, according to the case with Emilio, she says she resides in Florida as well. Said, why are they saying that she lives in Florida when they moved the photographer's lawsuit to New York? They moved the lawsuit to New York to change the venue to put it in federal court. Thank you, Nefertiti. No, ain't nobody doing no damn backflip. Now stop asking me that question in the comments. So, yeah, it's something about real estate and somebody's real estate property or where they live is about to become very, very important. Y'all, I would suggest that her and her legal team don't go any lower with anything that they have to say, because that is going to backfire. It's going to backfire. It's best to stay above board, to be professional, and to stick with what you can actually prove in court. So I do see perseverance here. And it's like, no matter what they do, it's like Millie keeps on going. Pardon me, everybody. I'm clearing the table. We're making room, rather. So we've got family in reverse. Family in reverse is going to become very, very prevalent. Under the deck, you got sweet dreams. So sweet dreams feel like illusions. People got to be careful. They got to be very careful about their intentions when they do things. You got to know that whatever is driving you shouldn't be important enough to destroy yourself, to destroy somebody else. We've got the care card here and nightmare. So ooh, I'm trying to tiptoe through the tulips with this one right here, because I know there's certain things that I can't say on YouTube. Y'all, quick, everybody hurry up, get your fingers ready in the chat. Y'all, who this look like? Who does this look like? Oh, y'all, who the hell does this look like? And she is furious, and this is falling under stress. It's falling under stressed and overloaded. Y'all, they putting too much on her. She can't keep up. She got into this for gain, but it's dragging her. It's dragging her. Woo, Lord. This case got her by the ankles and it's dragging her by the bumper. Lord have mercy. I didn't expect that. Oh my gosh. All the times I looked at that card, today it just tickled me. Y'all excuse me. Yeah. See, having her in the clutch is not going to help because she's only one reporter. Okay? She cannot battle the entire Associated Press. This one person by herself cannot battle the entire Associated Press. It's one thing for her to call Millie out, but she can't go against the full Associated Press. What happens when TMZ says something and they don't like it? What's she gonna say to Harvey Levin? Baby, I like to see it. She a rue today. Okay? It looks like she's going to have to be worried about, controlling her libations allegedly. And she may need to, get ready for a rainy day. Supposedly. Yeah. So you got the blessing card here, and right under the blessing is merit making. So them trying to make Millie be humble and be still and be quiet is actually going to bring people to the point to where they're going to look into this case, and eventually they'll look back and apologize to her, because they're going to find out a lot of the things that she reported on actually did exist, but they may not have been easy to come across. If you've been following me, you already know what this means. I'm going to look down in the comments and see if y'all can put two and two together. You said she said something to Harvey Levin. That video is definitely coming out. Yeah, Spiro is expensive. Oh, so justice for us. We're going to say allegedly. Allegedly. She has DUIs. Okay. Said that's why she's mad. It's too much for her to handle. So we've got the pride card that is falling under the real estate card. And I think she overshot that, because it's something about real estate that's going to be very, very prevalent. It's going to be key. So, who have mercy. So as you see this loneliness card, and you see this goal, they wanted to separate Millie to get her away from everybody, to make her, appear like a psych patient, seem unbalanced for her perseverance on covering this case. But what they don't, oh my God, y'all wait a minute. Y'all pull up. Look at this. You see this? If she goes through with this, she's fated to lose. And it's not just about Millie's case. This is not going to work out the way she wanted it to, because it's literally going to bring this case to the mainstream media, and the mainstream media has way more resources than Millie, and they're going to start to dig into her family history, and y'all, whatever they're going to find may not be so favorable. Family in reverse. Whoo. Nikki H, I'm not just talking about Megan Cunliffe. We're talking about the lawsuit between Megan the Stallion and Milagro Grams. This card just happened to look like Cunliffe. So yeah, this is why you gotta be careful of what you wish for other people. Yeah, it says live and learn. And that goes under the family in reverse. So here it is, a trap. Yeah. Remember I said they may dwindle this all the way down to I just want an apology? Like I want to make her sorry. I want to take her to court. I want to make her feel some type of way. If she dwindles this down to an apology, this is going to feel really, really awkward because it's going to feel like it's a higher end spinoff of Gag City Court. But I'm going to pull out of this energy. Ooh, have mercy. Pumpkin spice season is lit, y'all, ain't it? Hey, Queen Gigi. Hey, Amethyst Rose. Says, this is the beginning of Millie's come up. You spoke about this months ago. Yeah, yeah. Remember, didn't I tell y'all that Millie was going to end up, what was I doing? I left cards on the table. I told y'all Millie was going to end up being featured in the mainstream white media. And who would have thought that Megan would have got her there? Now, be it that TMZ is now interested in covering both sides of Tory's case, and they gave that update. You know, they broke the story, gave the exclusive of him suing Sean Holly, who was his defense attorney, and they found out that there was a link between her family and Rock Nation. So now it's like they have to go to court to prove, well, she has to prove that she didn't give him ineffective counsel. And then they're going to have to prove that her lineage did not work for Rock Nation, especially during the time that she was his counsel. So, you know, it's going to be kind of hard for her to prove that because she's already worked for Rock Nation with the Reasonable Doubt series. So this whole case is monumental because I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before. Can the real estate be traced to payouts that can't be traced to legitimate funds earned legally? Can that be brought to light? Baby, ooh, that's a mouthful. That's interesting. It's definitely something going on with real estate ownership and some, you know, where somebody lives. So they really do be listening to our channel here. Somebody's listening for sure. You said, I'm ready for Henny to be gone. I'm tired of her. Said that's exactly what I was going to ask about next at Justice for Us. Hold on, y'all. Well, let me grab this other deck because I was going to use this. I'll read on the energy of that one question because that's a good one. Sylvia, we not even talking about Diddy or Nicki right now. Why do you keep trying to tie Nicki to this Diddy lawsuit? Said Millie Dunn, I'm here. Hey, sweetie. What is this? Said, can you check into if someone from her label setting her up? I wish that y'all could go. I don't know if it's still up on Station Head. If it is, I did a reading publicly with Millie months ago on Station Head, and we tapped into that with the whole adult tape and everything. And what I saw, what I got to rehash that is the Hierophant card came out. And the Hierophant, when you're doing an industry reading, the Hierophant represents the powers that be, a very, very high authority. So that was my answer card for who was behind it. So I hope that answers your question. If you go back and watch the 20 verses 1, that 20 verses 1 video that Millie did actually highlighted who that Hierophant might actually be. Oh, you said you don't think she saved that live? Okay, so it might not be in public domain anymore. But for those of you who didn't hear it, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months ago, whenever that whole leak of the tape that they said was an AI tape came out, I did a public reading for Millie on her Station Head, and we tapped on everything that's happening right now. I was telling her these people were going to come for her right before Tory Lanez prepared to go back to court, and they've been coming for her simultaneously. Okay, said it was in June. Thank you for that. Said I know it's very obvious that Henny is Nyx, so low vibrational. Yeah, that Nyx card came out for her like what, 4 different times? Said Angel, you did the real deal for sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So let's tap into that real estate question, y'all. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of the highest heavenly order. Tap me into the energy around the real estate. Why does that real estate card pop out? Why is it so significant? What's going on with property and real estate? Okay, you say you're looking for it now. I wish I could tell you the day in June. I just know it was in June. It was the best I can tell you to help you find it. It was a late night recording. Because I didn't come on to do her reading until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a late night recording on Station Head. Okay, so we got the 5 of Wands here. Y'all, we keep getting this card of fighting. Hey, Renata. Hey, Maria Marie. Say, what happened to Jenny if Jay... Oh, I guess it's supposed to be Henny. If Jay downfall begins in the middle of all of this. It already began. It started when they told the public about the investigation. So we've got the 5 of Wands. Something very prominent with the home, real estate, fighting. What's this choice? 2 of Wands represents a choice. Y'all don't get tight-lipped now. What's with this real estate? Oh, okay. So something's going to come out with real estate soon that has to do with around the time everything happened with Tory. Where was she actually staying around that time? There's going to be some clarification on that. information is going to start coming out very swiftly. Remember, I told y'all the family card was in reverse. Here's family again, 10 of Cups. Something has to do with family. This could also have something to do with where her and her family actually lived, information on her familial background. I hope nobody's doxing. So yeah, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the card of investing in a situation and having to move away from a situation. What is this leaving a house or a situation behind? So it looks like somebody's going to have to move due to financial restraints, or somebody did move due to financial restraints. Now here's the Hierophant that I told y'all about. King of Coins at the bottom of the deck. Somebody may have possibly paid for somebody to relocate who could not afford to relocate because their back was against the wall. This was a person that was out of options. Y'all, I think I know what this is. So was this the Tiana Taylor house that she was in? Now that's very interesting. You said that was Kelsey she paid. Yeah, had to make a decision to cut somebody off over something that happened in a vehicle, the Chariot. Ace of Cups falling under the Strength card, which also represents the Leo. That's having deep feelings and emotions over this person, and the situation ended up being brought to rest. Remember, now here it is. It came out again in reverse. Something is going to be coming out about her family that's going to be unfavorable, or it's going to be some information that's going to come to the forefront that she told about her family that is untrue. Now we've got the Seven of Coins over the Five of Swords, which is investing in harsh communication. And you've got the Magician here that's fallen under the Knight of Pentacles. Trying to manifest through a financial storm. Somebody juggling and playing both sides also in court. So, you know, definitely this is someone who was cut off from opportunities, not able to get in contact with family, a situation that was very, very volatile, that was manifested out of juggling between two separate parties, and somebody became the wounded warrior. So what I just told y'all before, everything that, you know, we have known in the past and have been studying about what all has been going on, it's going to become more interesting and prevalent. Oh, shoot, hey, this is all. We'll have a restful sleep. Says I'm off to bed, but I'll be looking forward to the replay to binge soon. I appreciate you a lot, Angel. So much fire readings every day lately. Oh, thank you so much. Don't apologize, honey. Get your rest. We'll be here in the replay. Oh, you said Sean Kelly did move. Now that's news to me. I didn't know that. See, we're coming out with information left and right. Now that's interesting. Ooh. You said the house sold right away. Oh, you're talking about Sean. You're talking about the yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're right. His house did sell right away. Yeah, his house was gone literally felt like days. Said the bomb is about to drop. Rock Nation got him out of there. Well, God, I don't know if it was Rock Nation. We'll say allegedly, but whoever got him out there was the real estate god because they sold that house extremely fast. Said, did Henny buy Sean's house so he could move out of the country? Ooh, Cass Tarot, come on with it now. Hold on. Now we cooking with hot grease. Let's see. What is... Oh! Oh! 10 of Pentacles. And it's falling under the Temperance card in reverse, which is blocking an opportunity for a second chance. Whoo! Said I agree. Marla and said the Dirk indictments, they say they have footage all over LA. So where are the ones from that night? Listen, that's a heck of a great question because, I mean, they made multiple stops before the whole situation ended up with the helicopters. So if you remember, they were on Figueroa, they stopped, they got out at the bus stop. Tori, talked to her, consoled her, got her to get back in the truck. The next stop was the altercation out in the street, and then they left from there, and then they stopped a third time, and then that's when police and everybody got involved. So it should be a lot of footage that should be able to be pulled up by the city and the local government that can show them as they traveled from street to street until they were apprehended. Uh-oh, Marley said free Millie. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like where are the videos? Because usually like in the area where you're by a bus stop, depending on the area, especially an exclusive areas that have, higher tax brackets for what people pay for the homes per capita, there's usually very, very good surveillance in those public areas, those intersections. So I find that to be interesting. Like we should, just by the traffic cameras, we should be able to see them as they travel. Said, I just realized she has a song called Figueroa. I can't tell you what it says. Baby, I can't tell you either. We're in the same boat. I was intrigued on the song Figueroa because I wanted to know if she was going to address what was said or what happened on Figueroa, but I don't feel like that song touched any of that. Yeah, you said we watched Jonathan Majors run. I guess that's supposed to be run away from a white lady down the blocks, and there was footage. And that's, listen, and he still caught a case. He was running and caught a case, okay? We watched him get beat up. He ran and caught a case. That's crazy. That man ran and still caught a case. How are you guilty for running? Yeah, so we got somebody separating here, going into a new venture after being cut off from an opportunity due to a decision that had to be made. Okay, so y'all, once again, here's the Six of Pentacles. That's money being offered allegedly under the table. Money received, money offered under the table. You ain't gonna say, dear devil over here, you got life all the way messed up. Wrong channel. Good night. We don't do that here. So yes, it can, but all the evidence in the case seems to magically disappear. Well, the good thing is, due to the AG deciding that he couldn't make any decisions on this case without knowing about everything in its full totality, he unsealed the files to this case. So that's why a lot of things are being presented right now, due to him unsealing all those things. So I want to point this out because nobody has said this as far as I've seen so far. Due to Shapiro making a certain comment, he may have been a little too cocky, a little too smug for his own good, because he corrected Millie, but by him correcting Millie about the firearm, he also let it be known that that firearm was there the whole time. But the reason why it was unable to come to court is because that firearm, just like Quan's testimony, had been sealed, and until it is unsealed by a judge, it cannot be brought back into the court. So by him clarifying that and making Millie know the difference, because she had to study to understand that, that goes back to the legal team now, where the legal team can go back to the AG and motion yet again to have yet again another piece of evidence unsealed so that it can go before the court. And then they can take that information to the appellate court and say, hey, they finally located the firearm. We haven't been able to test it to get an outside, professional to come in to do a diagnostic on it so we can see what's going on with it. We need to examine it ourselves. Now they have to present it for the defense to have it examined, and they gave the defense everything they needed to go before the AG and say, hey, they just told us they have the evidence, but we can't access it due to it being sealed. Can you unseal it? That literally felt like, here, I'm handing this to you. Here is a tidbit. Here is an Easter egg. Take it and run with it. That's what that felt like to me. Hold on, let me go back, see what y'all said. Said, was the weapon sealed during the trial, though? They never presented the weapon physically in court. It was just a picture. I believe in California law, and correct me if I'm wrong, someone down in the comment, you can show the picture of the firearm in court. You never have to actually show the firearm. So by them only presenting the picture, that was a part of them being able to slide through the cracks in California law. But when the defense needed to examine the weapon for themselves to make sure that the findings were legitimate, no one could find it. This explains why no one can find it, because it was sealed and it can't be released to come back into court until a judge unseals it. We never knew that until he said that in the last 24 hours. So for him to say that, that was huge, because now they can take what he said, put it into a motion, and take that motion right back to the Attorney General of California once again and say, hey, we just found out that the firearm is not lost. But however, due to due process, we are not able to do due process for our client, as we have mentioned before, because the firearm was not present. We have now figured out where the firearm is located. We need the court to unseal the firearm so that we can test the findings. Hold on, y'all. I just had a thought. And I gotta read on it. I wish this was a panel. I wish this was a panel. My God. Okay. Angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Did Spiro drop this nugget on purpose, or was this just sheer arrogance that backfired? Did Spiro drop this nugget on purpose, or was this sheer arrogance that backfired? It looks like he was solely just focused on getting to the money. He just wants to win a judgment. He's thinking about the money. Hold on. Unrequited offer to the payout. Yeah, I don't think he realized what he said until after he said it. He's hoping that they don't pick up on it, but he knows that they're very astute, allegedly. Yeah, this looks like he is the one who bit off more than he can chew, because he dropped an Easter egg without even trying. He was trying to he was trying to knock Millie off her axis, allegedly, and actually ended up winning the game for the other team. What? Come on now. Said not the lawyer. Not the lawyer pop out himself in the foot. Oh my God. Listen, Linda. I don't see that this was intentional. He thought he was putting to rest the combative communication. Oh, he thought he was reading her for filth. That's what this was. See, this is why you got to learn how to read, okay? It's an art to this. It's a science to this. When you read somebody else, you're not supposed to take a L yourself. Lord have mercy. What you say? Say, get up on the good foot, Alex Spiro. Oh no. Oh no. Lord. Oh Lord. Justice, y'all. Justice. Didn't I just show y'all the karma card? It's like this was fated to happen this way. Justice while everyone is watching. Yep. Something that somebody invested. I told you, yeah, you're right, Scarlett. I did say it was gonna go down in pumpkin spice season. I really did. Yeah. He was just thinking about, let's get to the money. Let's push through this case. Forward moving expansion. We're coming through aggressive. We're gonna take your money. I don't think he thought it through when he said it. It's when it was either, it may have been mentioned to him on the back end after he said this. Yeah, y'all. His boss, his boss is watching this very closely. Okay, come on now. But it feels like an unrequited offer for the company. So they're thinking on how to regroup. Four of Swords to the Temperance card. They're trying to regroup the balance to get success out of this situation. They have to find out how to take this and use it. I want to say use it to their advantage, but they need a new tactic. They need a new way to go about this to get this in the court, because it's not going to be in and out the way they thought it was going to be. And second deck, they just wanted to kill the gossip, the conversation. That's all this was about. But it's turning into a burden because it's exposing things that they didn't want to expose. And now it's affecting work. And it looks like his boss is thinking that, this is something that can go either way. They're juggling on how to handle this. She may have to, when it's all said and done, as far as Megan is concerned, she may have to invest in lawyers outside of Roc Nation, because Roc Nation can pull back from giving her defense. It looks like that's also on the table as far as the discussion behind the scenes, allegedly. And this is the reason why. It's not going to yield much money. And y'all, let's be honest. Alex Spiro is not a cheap lawyer. This is really affecting, her take home. This is really affecting her take home money. Keep seeing this Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This was supposed to just be in and out. This was not supposed to be drawn out. It's not producing what they thought it was going to produce. Empress in reverse to the Two of Swords. Somebody wants out of this, because this is definitely not producing what they thought it was going to produce. Yeah. Because they're what they want to prove, their wishful thinking. So he definitely wants to move forward, even though it's a burden. But I'm telling y'all, something is going to be coming out soon. Something's going to be exposed. It's going to be a heavy burden attached to how they move forward with this case. And who? Eight of Swords. That's, you know, someone stuck, trapped, stuck in your thoughts, not, you know, able to move forward the way that you want to, because this is like really being a prisoner of your thoughts. This is, they want to affect her offers with work because Megan feels betrayed. So you see this? The Emperor, the last row, juggling back and forth how they should do what they need to do with this situation, because this person is possibly facing going to court and going to jail. So it looks like the people who could help her attention right now, and they don't need to be, you know, running thin on legal resources at the moment. So they could start pulling people to reallocate them at work, and that may also affect Megan, where she's going to have to start considering hiring lawyers that are outside of the work, or you might as well say the network from work. So yeah, allegedly he did not mean to give that Easter egg, but that was a hell of an Easter egg. And the lawyers on Tory's team are very astute. So I'm pretty sure they're going to take that statement, they're going to verify it, and they're going to take it right back to the AG and ask for the firearm to be unsealed so that it can go to court. So yes, I don't see that that was said on purpose. It was a flex that turned in reverse. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you, sweetie? So yeah, let's see. BK Girl Reviews say maybe her boyfriend can pay for her lawyers. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. I don't know. All I could tell you is it's getting real heavy. It's getting hectic. And resources are starting to get thin, and things are going to start to be reallocated due to needs that are greater than what's going on here. Allegedly. Said, not the universe pulled a reverse, Terry. Yeah, the universe is definitely playing Uno for sure. Let's say, is it possible that one of her old friends are turning on her because they are tired of her doing people wrong, and coming for Millie might be the last straw, allegedly? I just feel this may not be real. She's definitely got some people that know some really, really interesting backstories on her. And because YouTube is now a part of the media, YouTube is a part of, you know, freelance media, you know, people that are off the beaten path, vloggers that turn into T channels and, you know, media channels. They have been very resourceful. So don't be surprised when these channels start to share information from their resources, and this information is very close to home. Daniel, you're interesting. Said we all want to know. Said it's taking too long. Said Henny's attending her docu. I thought her documentary was coming out tomorrow night. So I don't see going after Millie being beneficial at all. In the long run, I don't advise it. Not because, um, just the case is weak. That's only one part of it. I don't advise it because it's going to spark a war internally with the media. And when you get to talking about freedom of the press, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and those things being constitutional rights, people don't have to get along to defend the Constitution. And that's the misstep. It's rubbing people wrong because it's challenging constitutional rights. So said if Meg were to tell the truth from the beginning, we wouldn't go through this. I really feel like this could have possibly not even made it to the media if it wasn't for her lives. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Well, thank you, Brandon Brown. It's very kind of you. So just for that reason alone, as an artist, it's really, really hard to break a record or release a project when you've made, bad energy between you and the media. And when you're challenging people's constitutional rights, it gets really, really ugly because you need the media if your job entails you, being a celebrity. It's it's a synergy between the press and celebrity. Now, the press can evolve to report things that have nothing to do with a celebrity, but what is a celebrity without press? A celebrity needs to be seen. A celebrity needs to be exalted and put above others. Without them being seen, what is their career? There's a lot of talented people around the world with no celebrity. You can't be a star without a good relationship or a comfortable relationship with the press. Yeah, you said a good follower leads its leader, a good leader follows its follower. Okay, Danny D, the real. So, thank you, Rosa Cruz. So just that in itself, that that's the part where it wasn't really, you know, okay, motorcycles, keep on going. Yeah, that's the part where it wasn't completely thought through because you got to think Alex Spiro doesn't need the public nor does he need publicity to be a defense attorney. He doesn't have to be seen to be an attorney. He's going to be an attorney regardless because that's who he is. His career doesn't need him to be, you know, a media figure. But to be a celebrity, you have to be, in good standing with the press. You don't want to fall out with the press. And we're in an election season. So y'all think about that right now. Like MAGA just got off her neck. This is going to bring MAGA right back because a lot of MAGA supporters are in the media. They are in the press. Nefertiti, I touched on that. Like I said, for reasons and purposes, I purposely did not name certain people, but it looks like they're juggling with the idea of taking this off the table because they got too many things that they need to take care of, and allegedly it looks like things are going to have to be reallocated because they just got bigger fish to fry. It is David and Goliath, but you got to remember who won that. The little guy did. Let's get you out of here because I don't know where you came from. That's disgusting. You are definitely on the wrong site with that question. Says Henny Page has Millie lawsuit all over her page, and oh, the documentary premiere was tonight, I believe. I thought it was the Hallows Eve tomorrow night, which is very significant in itself because if y'all know, the Hallows Eve is a very, very pivotal time for people that decide that they want to work in certain energies. So even that in itself was just like, that's interesting that you chose that date. And a lot of people are out going to parties right now. So yeah, ritualistic. Yeah. You said the premiere party is tonight. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So the premiere party is tonight and it airs tomorrow. Okay, so roundabout right. 50-50. We was all right. So premiere party tonight, airs tomorrow. So this feels like she got used for a rollout. Hold on, let's test the waters. Let's test the waters. Did she get used for a rollout? So she has her Halloween party tomorrow. Interesting. Did she use this as a rollout? Did she use this as a rollout for her documentary? Did Megan use this as a rollout for her documentary? Allegedly. Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups is telling me to follow my intuition. Ten of Wands. This is still not going to work the way she thinks it's going to work. The Ten of Wands is like this. This is going to bring burdens some kind of way. How's this going to bring burdens? So if she wanted to get balanced through a new beginning to turn this narrative, the other side of this is going to bring a burden. How? Why? Yeah, this was supposed to give Megan balance, to give her the upper hand, give her the stronghold on this situation with work and how she works. Here it is. Y'all see this? Very careful because the way that she's moving with this case could actually bring the end of how she generates money. So how's that? People are really just indecisive about how they deal with her right now. They're going back and forth. They're not quite sure about how to look at this situation. Eight of Wands. Something's coming in swiftly for the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is here at the bottom of the deck. What is this? Ace of Pentacles. So you are going to have some people that are like, you know, oh, I love it. You know, they're going to invest. This is what they were going for, to get people to invest and to boost the numbers. This was the wish fulfillment. Underhand tactic. This was the wish fulfillment. Yeah, Queen of Swords lands right under the Ten of Wands. There's some heavy burdens that's going to come out of this for me. This is saying that, once again, that Six of Swords, this is a toxic situation that could have been avoided. We got the Ten of Cups here falling under Temperance. So balance for a new beginning for her and the people that are close to her, the people she considers family. That's what she was trying to get out of this. That was the aim. But you got Ten of Swords and Six of Swords. And that falls under Strength. Y'all, it's about to get real messed up, because this feels like she's going to feel betrayed, and she's going to be forced, you know, into exile eventually. Like, she's going to have to go away for a while, because things are going to get really heavy and chaotic. Allegedly, due to the way people are possibly looking at her. Seven of Swords. She's very, very concerned with the way that people are talking right now. This is the energy that I'm pulling. You've got the Empress here under the Wheel of Fortune. So she definitely wanted to manifest, you know, a large turnout, to get the numbers up, make money off of this situation. But I see that people are going to be, you know, 50-50 about this situation. It's not going to turn out the way she thinks that it's going to turn out. Seven of Swords falling under the Two of Pentacles. That feels like, you know, people are going to start to feel like there's an overlay for an underplay here. People are starting to question things. And Eight of Wands to the Chariot. They're going to want to try to move forward. Even like certain situations may feel glossed over, like they rush through certain things. So her only real focus right now is love and money. But I'm gonna end it right here. It's like she's heading for heartbreak. So I'm gonna tap out right there. But yeah, this is not gonna turn out in the way that people think it's gonna turn out. So you got to always be careful when you pick a fight. He says, for real, 21st at noon type of date. Yeah, so endorsements are going to start dwindling. Said I had to guess it's before Christmas, but definitely before the new year. Where are we at? How you gonna make a fake page that says YouTube moderator? Man, when I tell you the bots are out of control. That's interesting. Where is the 911 call for sure? From what I heard, it should be a part of the unsealed information that can be pulled up for court? But that's a damn good question. It really is. You said we can see that on Twitter right now. Probably all of those lies in the documentary. Oh, Queen Gigi, that's interesting. Says she pop out herself in the Bigfoot. Interesting. Allegedly. Said that girl is unraveling right now, but she's pow-powing herself in the foot. LOL, pun intended. Y'all are vicious. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this was a situation that I don't think she realized what she was signing up for, because when you accuse somebody of something, you have to be very careful that you can actually produce the proof of what you're accusing them of. If she can't, prove without a reasonable doubt that she really is being harassed, this is going to be one of the worst blunders ever. So it feels like allegedly this is more so to drum up interest for what she has coming out this weekend, and they may reduce the effort behind it later. But they're going back and forth trying to decide if they're going to push through with this, what they're actually going to do with this, because it doesn't feel like it's solid enough to stand up for federal court. And usually if you're going to take something to the higher courts, you need to have everything really, really, really etched in stone, because the higher courts don't like taking what feels frivolous. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, we do need to close caption TV from Kylie's house. I've been saying that for months. Keith, if you came over here and all you worried about is my nails, you're here for the wrong reason, sweetheart. Let's see. Somebody giving y'all a birthday shout out for the Scorpios. You said the bloggers who like her will think twice about posting her. I don't think that's how that works. I think this is to scare the bloggers who don't report the narrative that she wants to report, so that they won't say anything unfavorable. But unfavorable is and unflatterable is not the same as untrue. So just because it's not as flattering the way that you would want it to be does not mean that you can take someone to court. You need to really be able to prove that that person is slandering you before you put a case in, especially if you're going to take that case to the higher courts. What in the world is this? We just gonna, I'm getting you out of here. There we go. Cause I don't even know why you here. This not even what you want. Like, why would you come over here to leave those types of comments? You need to be on an adult site. God. Oh well, thank you, Marcus. Hey, Serena. Said, didn't those folks move who saw the fight live? We know Sean Kelly moved. I don't know about the other neighbors, but yeah, he moved immediately. Like his house sold within. I don't even know if it took a couple months. It felt like it was a few weeks. But he definitely If I'm not mistaken, what I heard was he moved out the country. So I'm not sure, but I do know that he moved as soon as possible. So that in itself was just like wow, like soon as everything wrapped up, he was gone. Yeah, you said there's no way that she was injured in both feet and then partying shortly after. It's impossible. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Especially the type of injury that she said she had. You know, you don't go to like plantar flexion, which is like the bottom of the foot. There's a lot of nerve endings. You got all these different veins and capillaries. Like your foot is very key. It's very important. So when you're doing plantar flexion, okay, if you've got anything going on in this area and you overextend it before it heals, it could rupture and then you can bleed or end up, you know, infected really bad. So you're not going to do more than you have to do with those types of injuries. You're definitely not going to be comfortable, you know, dancing a certain way or partying or constantly bending your foot or being on your feet because all the swelling that and all the pressure that goes to your foot, it makes the injury worse. Said allegedly, I wonder how his bank account was when he moved, allegedly. Very good question. Says she's just a liar, point blank, period, and it's coming out, and I'm glad. Cat eyes, you be on her neck. Said my daughter could not walk almost a month when she had a foot injury. So you see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why I said the plantar side of the foot, for those of you that don't know, the bottom side of the foot. This skin and this skin is totally different. Even though the texture may feel a little thicker, any and everything that happens to your foot can be detrimental because your foot is literally attached to every organ in the body. So back when I used to be a massage therapist, because I am, you know, a licensed massage therapist, anything in this area, okay, if a person cannot be physically worked on due to, you know, let's say stroke, heart condition, issues with the circulatory system, you can work on their foot and actually help through the foot to repair everything on the rest of the body. Even if you're working on a pregnant woman and you're helping her in labor and delivery, you can help to soothe her uterus or help her contractions and help her to be able to make it through her delivery without a lot of extra medication by working on the ankles and the foot. The ankle is where all the reproductive organs are when you're working on the foot. So it takes a lot for an injury of that magnitude to heal on the foot because it doesn't just rupture the skin, it burns through the skin. So when your skin is burned, you got to think about that scar tissue plus the blood has to coagulate so that it can clot, so that that clot can, you know, slow the blood down so that you don't bleed out. A lot has to happen. Said, I like how they admitted that the paperwork that said that she had glass removed from her foot was real. Listen, when I tell you it's so much that they said, if you know about this case from the beginning, you've been following this case from the beginning, you will know that none of this stuff that they're talking about right now is new. A lot of people that are just now learning about this case, they don't know anything about what we're talking about with the glass fragments and the 3 stitches and the superficial wound. Like that means nothing to a lot of people because they never saw the original paperwork. A lot of that paperwork, a lot of everything attached to this case was sealed. So this was definitely the wrong time to kind of tip the media off that there's something that was a little harder to find than normal, for the simple fact that things are being unsealed at a rapid pace. It's not hard to go find it now, track things down, and say, hey, remember that thing you couldn't find before? Here it is, item exhibit such and such and so and so. So now the mainstream media, who has way more resources than Millie, they can go and find everything that Millie couldn't find, and then they can compare what Millie said, and they can do their own independent research and possibly, confirm or deny the things that Millie said and find their own findings. So they really just opened this case up for the mainstream media to jump on it and ride it. And I don't think she thought that was going to be, you know, a possibility, but it is. I don't think I look like Kamala, but okay. I don't think I look like her at all, but okay. I'm so annoying. Well, why are you here? Let me help you. There we go. There you go. Back to the streets. Bye. Because I sure as hell wouldn't watch somebody that annoys me. Bye bye. Y'all, hurry up and get down here and read this. I got a bot addressing me. It says, okay, guys, listen up. I'm a bot. The channel owner has asked me to remove all. You know what? You are an asshole. That's what you are. I definitely did not ask you to remove all Caucasian viewers. Stop it. Matter of fact, let me remove that right now. Get out of here. We love everybody over here. We are not removing anybody due to color. We remove people due to ignorance. Said they should stop telling Millie and go tell Tori's lawyer why are they running around. Um, Tori's lawyers are very, very diligent. So I'm pretty sure that they're receiving a lot of information as well. And then they have to do their own independent research. They can't just rely on what's sent to them because, of course, you don't know how crazy some of these people are that would send information in. So, yeah. Yeah, this is basically creates a new moment for the public to go over the details again, so it's counterproductive for them. I totally agree. I totally agree. It backfired. Yeah, back to the streets. He can definitely go. Yeah, they send me some of the most interesting bots. Says how she got treated by the two doctors on the same foot and was back on her foot within 2 weeks. She was back on her feet before 2 weeks was out because if I'm not mistaken, um, her and Asian Dow were in the club before the week was out, and she also was with DJ Khaled like 2 days later. I don't know if it was a video shoot or whatnot, but she was out, you know, every few days, like every 2 to 3 days she was out. She did a lot of bending of the corners. So I thought that was interesting for somebody who needed their foot elevated because you would with that type of injury. She didn't have a boot on. She was wearing flip flops with, her foot wrapped, and that's really really not the best for the cleanliness of a wound if it's a deep tissue wound. So yeah, she was out a lot. Yeah, ooh, Cass, there you go, said, and with Blueface the day of the release from the hospital. According to Blueface, that's what he said on Jason Lee's show. He sure did. I'm gonna say allegedly, but Blueface did say that. Yeah, I said she was in Mexico in the pool right after the pow pow. Mm, Interesting. Said she was back to twerking too. Yeah. I see another one says she made a stop at Blue House. Y'all see how y'all able to clock her movements? Now think about how this can go going back to court. Marley Worldwide said, what do the cards say in the future for Millie or her next move besides responding and countersuing? I would only answer that question for Millie. I only want to tap into the energy around the situation and do a light tap in. If Millie wants me to go further, I will. Um, you said I've stubbed my toe in the corner of the coffee table and wanted to pass out just off of the pain alone, let alone being pow-powed in both feet. Listen, I'm telling you, an ingrown toenail will humble you. So I couldn't imagine, getting a pow-pow in the foot. Said Megan's documentary finna be a flop just like her Act 2 is a flop. I don't know if it's gonna be a flop, but I don't see myself going over to Amazon to watch it. That's just me. I feel like I've seen everything I need to see about, my mama was working with me in the studio and I lost my mama and I lost my grandma. And I'm not saying that to be insensitive. It just feels like this has been the same story for the last, 4 years, almost 5 years. So it feels to me as if, what's going to be different. Like if she talks about what happened that night, how far is she going to go off into the discussion? Because legally, it's not the best thing to do while he's going before the appellate court or facing the decision of going before the appellate court. So it's going to be interesting to see what she actually says. Did Tamron Hall really have an affair with Donald Trump? Almost had his baby. I've never heard that before. Said it almost feels rehearsed. She only had one foot bandaged in the club video, so she's going to have to come up with another way to work around that footage. Yeah, that now that's interesting. Like I remember the picture of her and Asian Doll together at the club. I believe they were at a strip club, if I'm not mistaken. Asian Doll had on a Dior sling because something had happened to her arm, and Megan had her foot wrapped. And I never forget thinking, like, why the heck did they go to the club with both of them, in bandages and slings? Like, I would have rather, been out the way because you never know. Like in those kind of clubs, if something get loose, you got to be able to get out the way. But that's just me. Megan wants to be a forever victim. That's sad. Said, and they kept trying to scrub the internet of her videos. Well, that's the thing. When you're talking about defamation, it's possible if Millie thought about it to have her lawyer file a petition with all of the social media platforms that Megan is on and do the same thing that Megan is asking of Kelsey for the social media platforms, though, to turn over all of, the old videos so that they can show what she was discussing. I don't think she'll go that far, but it is a possibility if she wanted to ask that, X and IG, release the deleted information, because once you upload something, just because you delete it to the public does not mean that it's gone. It's always on a satellite somewhere where the parent company to that app can go back and retrieve it. Let's see. Facts said it's sad. Maybe she wasn't taught strength on anything, but most definitely a strong liar. Damn. I tell you, you be tearing her up. Said they both have one brain cell between the two of them. Said it's funny that she moved from Florida where Tori was living. You're the second person that said that. Um, you may have discussed this already. I was late. Sorry. Don't worry about no apology. Hi, Tina. Um, but do you think Tori's appeal will be successful if approved to move forward? I see Tori coming home, so I do see it successful. But I told everybody when I did the reading for Millie back in June that there was going to be some red tape. It was going to take longer than expected, but it's going to work out in Tori's behalf because the longer it took, the more time that it gave the AG to look over everything and unseal the files. Pardon me, everybody. And that actually happened. He did unseal the files, and it has been favorable thus far. So right now, we're waiting to see what the DA's answer is going to be for this motion, because they still have the right to defend their actions. So we're going to wait to see if they say anything. And no matter what they say, both parties can make their statement, and then it goes before the appellate court. The appellate court makes the decision. From the way that Tori's lawyers are handling this case, they have been very direct and very, very, precise the way they lined everything up. So I think that they have a really great chance of a retrial because everything was straight to the point, easy to read, and it's like, you know what? I could see where there's a question beyond reasonable doubt, and anytime it's reasonable doubt, you have a chance to go back and re-examine the situation. The fact that her lawyer, by his own admission, admitted that the firearm is not missing and they had to tell where the firearm was located, that was a major, major win for Tori, low key, because now, like I said earlier, his team can go forward and ask for that firearm to be unsealed. And when they do that, it is definitely going to push things along for Tori. That in itself is going to be a great boost for the appellate court, because how can you say that, hey, he did X, Y, and Z, and nobody can find the fragments, and they couldn't locate the firearm. Now that it's located, his team can request that they get it to a specialist so that they can look over it and they can assess for themselves whose prints are actually on it and go from there. You said the 911 call is sealed, the pow pow is sealed, Kelsey sidebar is sealed, fishy, right? And because all of these things are known to be sealed, all of these things can be requested to be unsealed. So it's gonna be, a very, very interesting ride to see how this plays out. I personally don't feel that this should go to court, not because of Millie, but because it's just bad news for Megan, because the further she pushes this, the lower the ditch is going to be that she's going to dig for herself. She's going to bury herself, because you're asking someone to prove that they're not harassing you. But in the process of asking her to prove that she's, not harassing you, or you're asking her to prove that she's harassing you, you're going to make her bring everything to the table, everything to the forefront that she's investigated for this case. And that means this case is actually going to be tried, in this case, while we're waiting for the appellate court to make a decision with Tori. So if she pushes through, everything that comes out in court with Milagro will become public record to be used for Tori. I don't think that this was really thought through. But that's my opinion. So wait till the media finds out only one of them is from Houston. Ah, oh Lord. Said it's so stupid for them to push this. Said her Bad News album was trash too. Baby, that album. When I heard that album, I was kind of thrown because it's like she came off of, a powerful run, and it's like, okay, she's coming up, she's putting her first album out after her mom, and it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like something was missing, an element was missing. It just didn't hit the way that it felt like it should. But just know, y'all, TMZ is going to start following this case very closely because now they're invested in this story. And I guarantee you, ain't nobody taking Harvey Levin to court because that is a lawyer who has an active bar association license, and he does know the law, and he is the epicenter of entertainment blogging for Hollywood. So I don't think they're going to want to go up against him if he starts to research both sides of this case and he starts to speak about the inadequacies on either side. So what else y'all got for me? What else is happening this week you want to tap into? Said I wonder what animal she going to morph into for Act 3. Lord have mercy. Well, I think Reby Jackson has Centipede covered, so we won't see any more bugs. I, I I'm lost. I'm lost. You said a cheetah. She might need to be a cheetah because it looked like she might need to run fast away from this case and pushing, because pushing this case is going to push it right into the mainstream media. Can I tap into Jay Prince? I think that's supposed to be senior. Hey, Alpha Queen. Do you think that the feds picked up 6ix9ine to use? Hold on. To use him in the Dirk stuff? Oh, that's a dang good question. Oh, damn it, Millie the Mystic. No, you didn't say Megan the Malamute. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Said, I guess Millie will have to subpoena Tory for that aspect of the case, if she's a paid mole or not. Well, here's the thing. Millie don't want to go to, back and forth with them. It's not her that's trying to be in court. They're taking this to court. So either way it goes, whatever the discussion turns out to be in court, if she's trying to, say that she's colluding with Tory, everything in this case due to her connecting this to Tory is going to make it, you know, pretty much viable for Tory's case, where they can look over it and compare the notes and add it to whatever is going on. So I really just don't think that it's the best idea. I really don't. Let's see. So yeah, CB broke up the Ray J and Diddy Sons fight. Yes, I seen that. Oh, y'all said the mule. Oh my God. Okay, so I saw Jay Prince. I see Diddy's boys attacking Ray J. You say Nikki and her mansion just chilling, clowning, baby. She earned all the rest that she's getting right now. She deserves it. She worked her ass off on that tour. So I'm going to tap into the boys jumping Ray J before I jump into J Prince. Hold on, let me see. What deck am I going to use? Okay, we're going to start off with the Was T Oracle, and then we'll go off into some tarot. Lord, bottom of the deck is move in silence. That's probably what they should have did. That would have been a better idea. You're welcome, love. Alrighty, angel, spirit guides, and ancestors. Show me the energy around Diddy's sons possibly attacking Ray J. Okay, so we got always partying in reverse. So this is saying that, you know, they're starting to keep more of a low profile after this situation happened. We may not see them out much anymore. Happiness hater. So why are they saying that Ray J could be a happiness hater? Okay, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of your work, feeds off of you, drama starter, fake accounts, and grudge holder at the bottom of the deck. So this feels like something popped up with, I heard that they overheard a conversation, and it feels like the conversation they may have overheard, they felt like it was derogatory towards their father, his art form, his work. They felt like he was hating on their father. The social media accounts, the fake social media accounts. So somebody has accounts where they actually try to keep up with Ray J's movements. Why the fake accounts though? Did he block them? What is this? Drama starter. So drama starter is showing that they started with him allegedly. Yeah, this is going to be bad karma for them. They shouldn't have done this. Yeah, this is going to lead to legal issues. And it says court, judges, immigration, lawyers, etc. They felt like he was cock blocking in some kind of way. Ray J said they didn't like what he said in an interview. I'm getting they didn't like what he was saying to somebody at this party. Like they overheard something he personally said. Somebody overheard a personal conversation, some kind of commentary. This doesn't feel like a interview. Divination abuser. Cock blocking people through divination abuse. Oh, so this was one of those off the cuff conversations somebody overheard. Said now WAC 100 involved, and it seems like he's going after them. Lord have mercy. Didn't I say that this pumpkin spice season? Lord. Yeah, fake smiles. So they see him as fake. They see him as two-faced. They see him as a hater, a cock blocker. But them attacking him for not liking what he said, and I'm going to reiterate, allegedly, this feels like they overheard him in person somewhere. Like he may not have known that they were in the room or didn't know that they were that close, or that somebody that was standing in earshot of where they were was attached to them. This doesn't feel like something that was said on a public platform. This feels like something that may have been said at a public place. Ass kissing, fake smiles. So pretty much every time We see you every time we walk up on you. You fake as hell. You kissing our ass. You know, you giving us fake love. So they see him as two-faced it for sure. Oh, so this is falling under always partying in reverse, bankrupt. Um, it could be getting tight for somebody, and that's why they falling back from this life, not just because they should lay low, but because money is affected. Who? Somebody can't tap into the cash they used to, allegedly. Yeah. I'll be the laugh, but girl fight. This is how Ray J was looking at them coming at him. He wasn't worried because he doesn't take them serious like an actual threat. Wolf in sheep clothing. Okay. Also, you know, excuse my language, but I gotta call it as I see it. It's like they look at him like he's a bitch. He looks at them like, you know, let's just say he didn't consider himself being in danger. Screenshots, bad karma, ignoring. It's like, you know, they're gonna have to start learning to ignore the comments, ignore pretty much the commentary that everybody has. They can't, just hands down, you can't fight the world. You cannot stop people from having an opinion. You can't make people speak favorably of your family just because that's your family. People are going to feel the way they feel. Yeah, Carter case falls right under legal issues. So they definitely got bigger fish to fry, y'all. They should have never done this because this is going to affect them in court. I don't see Ray J filing paperwork, but I do see this affecting them in court. Love triangle, cock blocking. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me somebody mad over a broad, too. All of this is stupid. Talking shit at the bottom of the deck. Hold on, where y'all at? Let's get you out of here. Travel. Okay, so travel is falling under divination abuser, y'all. Oh, who's traveling to a divination abuser? Or traveling for divination? Fake smiles and running. So this is showing me that really Ray J don't mess with them like that. He see them and he go the other way. He keeps it cordial out in public because fake smiles and running, no matter how he feels about them, he presents himself a certain way, and whenever he gets the chance, he exits the room. He it's almost like he goes out of his way to keep a certain appearance when he's in the room with them. This is like he tried to avoid the altercation. So kissing ass and groupie, they felt like, you know, pretty much like when my father was out, you was all up on him. You was, you know, all on his, you know what, okay? So they felt like he was a groupie to their father, and now he's hating, he's flip-flopping now that he's not out to defend himself. Jackpot on that. They see him as an impersonator. Once again, like I said, Ray J don't take them serious. I didn't see where he saw himself in danger. Threatening and hunted. So they want him spooked. Like we could pop up anywhere allegedly. Marrying for money. So, y'all, this is getting so crazy because everything that's being said, everything that's being done is literally going to go back to court, and this is not going to fare well for these young men in court. So they got to work better on controlling their impulses and not allowing anger to get the best of them, because this is all going to backfire on a later date when it comes to court. Yeah, they're in their head. So it feels like they decided to think about this on the back end. They didn't understand how this was going to affect them during the moment, but afterwards, they literally thought about how this is going to affect the court case. If they are going to catch a case, is this going to affect a potential future case? They thought about everything backwards. They acted first and then thought about the consequences, allegedly. Ray J said, it's LA, I'm not getting touched. Stevie J was upset also in the live. He wanted to join Nikki's live to talk to him. Oh, he was on Nikki's live? Interesting. I didn't think Ray J would be talking to Nikki on IG Live when he was talking trash about her years ago with Little Kim. Good point, because he definitely was riding for Kim. But y'all got to pay attention to how this is working out too, because it's like when I tell you the circles, the way they're evolving is about to be very interesting. Said he has a jealous spirit. To me, a Diddy son need to have several seats. So we got cock blocking, the third party lovers, and Shine. So y'all, folks need to have some serious conversations, because it's got to, some maturity's got to kick in with these sons. It really does. They're not thinking straight. Grudge holders, okay? This is all they can think about. Upset, I'm going to settle the score, but it's obvious nobody read The Art of War, and if they play chess, I don't see how, because chess helps you to be a thinker, and I don't see them thinking until hindsight and retrospect, and that's not good. Yeah, running, wasting time. Yeah. Stuck, no change, and limited. Inside scoop. So remember, a lot of people all know each other in the industry. So remember, Groupie fell out in this role. So it could have been a female that could have also told them about conversations that were had in private about things that Ray J may have allegedly said. But I'm leaning, I'm going to stick with this. Allegedly, this feels like this is something that was said not on a show, but more so in private. Could have been in a public place, but in a private conversation. Yeah, it's a female in the mix somewhere. People pillow talking and running and swinging and not thinking, allegedly. Hello, Charles Foster. Said I need to read the book, The Art of War. Where can I find that book? You can find that book on Amazon, actually. Even like sites like Temu, they have a lot of books. You could type in the author Sun Tzu. I would suggest Robert Greene, the Art of Seduction, the 48 Laws of Power, things of that nature. Like, they need to read this kind of stuff, because it feels like they want to be what they think somebody's supposed to be when they're running an operation, but to run an operation, you have to be a thinker. And this is definitely somebody running off the rails, not thinking, just going on passion and emotion. This will make you crash out every time, especially when it comes to street matters. You can't just run up on somebody and not think about the bigger picture. It's always an afterwards. And yeah, this don't even deserve me going any further into it. Oh my gosh. So yes, very very good books and laws of human nature and fate. Yeah. YouTube has audio recordings of The Art of War and other books like The 48 Laws of Power. Thank you, Cass. I didn't know that. Um, Also, Kindle, if you have Kindle, you can get it there. But that's a great suggestion. If you don't want to have to go and purchase the book, you can listen to the audio book thanks to Cass on YouTube, where you can listen to someone read the book. But yeah, they definitely need to invest in reading material like that, because yeah, they don't know what it really takes to feel the shoes that they think they're filling for their father. They're not thinking straight. They're running off of emotion, and emotion can get you in deep trouble. Let's see. What was the other one before that that y'all suggested? Okay, what's something else y'all suggested? I'm trying to remember what else was right before that. Oh, Jay Prince. There we go. Jay Prince. Angel, spirit guides, and ancestors, show me the energy around the possible raid at Jay Prince's office. For those of you who know Jay Prince's history, this isn't the first time. Okay, so we got an Ace of Swords here. Ace of Swords represents the card of truth. He said it wasn't true. Funny enough, something is going on. We don't know what. Ace of Swords came out. And just remember, when people get raided, they don't necessarily get locked up when they get raided. Sometimes you get raided for information. They take the information, they sort through the information, and depending on what they find is dependent on, if you get indicted or not. So we got the Five of Wands. This is a card of, him fighting back to have balance through a new beginning. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. So, wow. Seven of Pentacles. It looks like they want to look into his investments and, offshore things. Three of Wands. What's with this offshore things, possibly overseas? Five of Cups. Ten of Swords. Yeah, Five of Cups, Ten of Swords. That's an interesting combination. Why are we looking at a Five of Cups here? Regret, remorse. Okay, we're going to try this again. We got Queen of Cups here and Six of Cups. So he's very intuitive, okay? This is a very intuitive man. And like I said, this isn't his first time at the rodeo, Six of Cups. he's been following his intuition for a very long time in the past. Since the first time this happened in the past, so to speak. Unrequited offer, looking for new ways to go about an action. So the first time that law enforcement came for him to raid him, it was an unrequited offer. They couldn't find what they wanted to find. Um, it was a heavy burden. Y'all, they're not gonna, something's going on here. They're not gonna let up on him. They're waiting. Strength. Wounded warrior. He's going to have to be very mindful to be careful all the way up until the summer months, possibly around July, August. It looks like they're looking into offers that, you know, he may have accepted, or offers that were given. Six of Pentacles, something that has to do with money that could possibly unaccounted for, allegedly. The Six of Pentacles represents unearned income, money under the table, money that may not have, you know, a footprint to it, so to speak. Where do y'all weirdos come from? Get you out of here. What type of comment is that? I promise you, y'all on the wrong channel. Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles is like they want to look off into his business ventures, especially his new business ventures. They're very intrigued with learning about his money, how his money flows, how he makes his money, where his money comes from. It's something to do with money that they want to check and see if everything is accounted for. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they looking through him, significant others, family members, allegedly. They're looking into investments, things he's invested in, businesses he's invested in. They're concerned about the type of things that he's invested in, with the devil here falling under the Seven of Pentacles. Five of Cups. He's smarter than, you know, most expect. It's like he's like a cat. He lands on his feet. He has 9 lives, and this has been a ongoing situation between him and law enforcement. It's like they come after him, they don't find what they need. You get an unrequited offer, but somebody's determined. They're determined to keep digging until they find what they need to find. Looking into situations behind his, I don't know if he's married or he just has a significant other, but they're looking into situations that may not be known to the public when it comes to, you know, his relationship, his stability. Well, like I said, he's swift on his feet. He definitely is a man who plays chess, not checkers. He's a thinker. So they can't just get next to him like that. He's been around for a while because he's smart. Four of Cups over the King of Pentacles is interesting because Six of Swords, it's like, yeah, they really are intrigued with what's going on with his money, how his money moves, something that has to do with possible international waters, traveling, accounts, money that's unaccounted for, allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. They want to put a heavy burden on him. Ten of Wands to the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. But see, the Wounded Warrior has tenacity. The Wounded Warrior is somebody who fights over and over and over again to get up and fight over and over and over again. And this is showing not just does he have tenacity, he's been through this before over and over and over again. And this is how things have been going. He perseveres, he pulls through, and no matter how many times they come at him, he pushes through. This is how it's been in the past. Why are you here? Let's get you out of here. Y'all, why do the bots get so infatuated with my hair? Why do they think somebody look like me has to be bald-headed? Weird. So we got the Three of Pentacles here. So this is showing that it's a joint collaboration, possibly multiple task force. They're working together to fortify some type of investigation, allegedly. You said they're definitely doing the most. First of all, how you gonna tell me I'm not subbing till you take off that wig like I was supposed to be hurt? I don't want you over here anyway. Go find you something to do. Eight of Wands and Ten of Cups. So they swiftly want to come after him and his family, but they're gonna fall back a little while longer. It feels like a joint effort. So something about the winds of change with this situation doesn't feel like the last time or the time that we know of that they've watched him. This feels like this has been continuous rather. They've been watching him for a while. They've been trying to get next to him for a while. They haven't been able to, but somebody is determined and they're not going to stop until they get what they want out of this situation. So I do feel that somebody is definitely watching, keeping an eye on him and his family, and whoever this is very diligent and they don't want to stop. So I don't know if somebody's trying to make their career off of this or what's going on, but they're following him and his family very seriously, allegedly. What the hell is going on in my comments? Why can't I have normal trolls and bots? Why can't I get the normal ones? Why are all of my trolls in heat? what, what is this? How do I keep getting trolls in heat? Like, what is this? I'm covered up. This is not that kind of site. This is not that kind of site. We have grown folks conversation, but this is not a grown-up site. Lord. Goodness gracious. This ain't that over here. I'm not even in those types of antics. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Like, what package did they pay for when they sent me these bots? Gosh. So how about 6ix9ine? Allegedly 6ix9ine was apprehended by the feds. I don't know if that's true or not. That was in my algorithm earlier. You said they sending them hot. Man, listen. All revved up and ready to go. Said I miss the Meg and Millie portion. Yes, sweetie, we did that at the beginning. That was one of the first things I tapped into. Oh, excuse me. Interesting enough, that kind of spilled over and we tapped into a few other things connected to that. So what you say? Said a bunch of weirdos. Listen, I don't know. Somebody needs to get some happy time. That's all I can say. Somebody definitely needs to get some happy time. Just not in my comment section because they're getting a little too excited. Okay, so okay, I'll rewind after the live. So yes, he did in court yesterday for violating probation, supposedly when he only has 6 months left. Dang. Who is your wifey? No, the wifey has been too long when when we going out. I don't know you. I don't know you. Let me work. Leave me alone. I ain't coming to your job bothering you. Oh God. Focus, focus, focus. All righty. Okay. So this is definitely unfortunate for him, the world. End of a cycle. Um, oh goodness gracious. Good old allegedly Wednesdays. This seems to be the theme of tonight. The world card to the sun and the sun to the moon. End of a cycle. Something. What's coming to light here? What is something favorable coming out of this? I doubt it, but let's see what's coming to light. Okay, so he's definitely been secluded, but he's gonna have to ride this out. Sitting down allegedly, unless he has a really good lawyer, because this feels like going back in. So they've been watching him, watching his communications and everything. And this is how they found out that he wasn't in compliance. Watching him, messages going back and forth, watching his correspondence, watching how he's been conducting himself. So I don't know why he felt like they weren't watching him as closely as they were. Because it's like they've been on him. Here's the other theme of tonight. They're concerned about, his income. Six of Pentacles. Six of Swords. So he was on his way to leaving behind this toxic, chaotic situation, about to literally get off of papers for sure. So shout out to the person said that he was about to be done. And Five of Pentacles, this is, being out in the cold even. This is going to cost him a lot of money. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. It's like somehow, some way he's going to land on his feet out of this. Three of Pentacles. This falling under the world. This feels like they no longer want to collaborate or work with him. And this is like, this situation came very swiftly. His legal team is working to bring this situation to rest. So remember I said this is going to affect his work. This is definitely going to affect his income, how he brings his money and his stability. The stability of those who depend on him. I don't know if they're watching his mother or the mother of his child. Why are they doing so much surveillance? They were watching for some reason. So this judge is they're going to want to know about, his work. How much does he get paid for work? This feels invasive. They want to know how, yeah, he's considering his options, because I mean, when I tell you, you were spot on when you said he was about to be done with this situation. He was literally on his way out. He was literally about to be done. Now he has to consider his options so that he can have balance through a new beginning, the Temperance. And it's like he's ostracized from most people as well, so it's not as easy for him to get the support that he used to get due to him being ostracized. And him being ostracized and, this affecting his money is a very heavy burden for him. And we've got the Knight of Cups to Five of Wands. So he wants to fight this, and it feels like they may try to offer him some kind of, I don't necessarily want to say deal, but they may meet him in the middle on this some kind of way. His lawyer got his work cut out for him, but with the right lawyer, I see that this could lighten up for him. But it's like it almost feels like he was a moving target. Like he's got a lot of eyes on him, a lot of like deep surveillance. He was being watched heavily. Let's see. I see paternity test in your future. You a clown for that. I've never had an issue knowing who I've been with. You ain't see no fraternity, nothing in my future. Whoever I deal with would honestly know. Wouldn't be a paternity issue. Said because of Rat Nation, his ex-girlfriend is suing him, and she just signed to them. Wow. He says they keep penning dirty, um, we say substance test, dirty substance test on him. He definitely got some strong opponents, but it's like something is this a silver lining somewhere. Something's going to end up working out for him. But he's got to have the right lawyer. He needs a very keen lawyer that's not afraid to really, charge a situation. Um, his ex name is, what is that, Yalin? Okay. I'm not familiar with that girlfriend. And I remember the baby mama, Sarah. He said they were so toxic. Wow. Why does it always happen with the men that are attached to women signed to a certain place that they have trouble once these women get signed? That's real awkward. How many men have to have trouble because of women that they dated that are signed to this company? Yeah, I said it's really weird. They might be handlers. Oh, she's a Spanish rapper. Okay. Exactly. It seems like they are put him in. I mean, if you think about all the years that this company has been prominent, it feels like every decade there is a situation with a female and a guy that she dates. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm imagining things, but it feels like every decade there's some kind of underlying scandal attached to a woman signed to this company and the man that she's dating. It's very rare you see it the other way around. So, and he said they just moved his probation to Florida in July, and that's when all the mess started. Wow. What's the tide of Florida? Florida pops up too much. So she tries to compete with, baby, I can't even pronounce that. That's the one song she did with Nicki. That is Tusa. She's an R&B singer but sings in Spanish. Okay. So Nicki just went off on Ray J on live about how he's playing with Diddy's kids and the allegations. Oh, wow. What was that on Station here? Whatever happened to Jade besides being with Offset, is Jade a handler too? Mm, I wouldn't put that on her. Um, I wouldn't want Nikki to get involved in all of this, but anyway, she is now on the blogs about to about the live with Ray J. Oh wow. Lanaya, I didn't have to answer your question. How you gonna ask me if I'm a fan of Nikki and you spelled her name wrong? I'm a respecter of Nikki. That goes beyond being a fan. This is not a fan page for anybody. Oh, you want somebody to shut up? We can shut you up permanently on this page. Don't get mad at me because you illiterate and you can't spell. Said Nikki has to remain quiet. I think that last comment said she was 11. You shouldn't be in here anyway. Said Nikki has to remain quiet, not get involved. I don't mind her, and mind her, no problems. Said the problem is who's running it, who's in charge. People don't really like Camel or understand that he doesn't care about the artist. His drive is money and power. We'll say allegedly. Um, Nikki moving in a different way because she knows more than the public. I definitely believe so. Justice for us, I definitely believe so. I think she knows way more than what the public knows. And I believe we're viewing a production here low key. Um, Not that people are being fake, but it's a conversation that's being had amongst people that they understand that the public don't. You have to be very astute. So then Waukesha and Ray be doing the most behind the scenes. Let's get you out of here. Jay Smith says, hey. Said, I still feel Mr. Dittler's kids are being targeted by them too on the low. Here's the thing. I can't really feel sorry for them because this is their third time trying to fight Ray J. Common sense needs to show up and be prevalent. Right now is the wrong time for them to be out here trying to fight anybody. They need to really be focusing on how to hold the home front together and preparing themselves for court because they don't know what's coming at them legally in the future. And being out here windmilling and trying to act like they the Migos running down on people is definitely not going to help them right now. That's the worst thing they could be doing at this moment because everything can be held against them, especially when it comes to, threatening, harassing, what can be considered, you know, violent witness tampering. All those things can go into consideration before the judge. You don't want to have a problem and the judge says, just like your father, you can't get bail because you're violent. So can we tap into Krishan's allegations against Tasiki? I'm not touching that. I'm definitely not touching that. Yeah, that family, it they need a lot of healing. That's all I'm gonna say. That family needs a lot of healing. Um, they should have went to therapy to have that conversation rather than turn that into an exploit for reality TV. Some things are just not for public consumption. So Ray J seems like it's dangerous for me. Can we check the energy around the election? I am not touching them folks today. I'm election free. I don't like either choice, but it's something way bigger than that going on right now. We got to be concerned about, what's happening that could spark off World War III, stocking up, saving stuff for your house, being prepared because there's some interesting times coming for sure. And I've mentioned it in the past. Said, do you tap into Saucy Santana and his ex? I've never tapped into them. I haven't even really tapped into Saucy. Seems like the energy is crazy around it. Very much so. Very much so. I noticed this year, I don't know about all of y'all, like I did an absentee ballot. I voted from home. And the ballot seemed short this year. I flipped it over twice. Was like, oh, this is it? Okay. It's interesting when you get the ballot and you see how many people are actually running for the presidential election and only two are a focal point. Okay, so you did early elections in person. Oh, you say you're logging out the X account. I'm rarely over there. Like I pop up to check my inbox because I have people that message me over there, but I don't even go on there that much. Um, well, I can't advise on it, but let's see. Can you advise on 23andMe entire staff quitting the same day as Diddy's drama? I can't advise on it, but I can tap in on it. Quincy seems to be supporting his brothers. Justin and King Combs seem to have the legal issues. Even if he is supporting his brothers, he needs to support them with some common sense because one of them got to think. And what they're doing right now is not going to fare well for them before the judge in court. They're not taking this serious. They don't understand how big this is. The magnitude of this is huge. This is not, one of those get into a scuffle, pay 250 for bail or whatever it is in the area and get out. They're up against something that they don't understand. This is not what they're used to. This is not something that dad can just, wave his hand and get you out of. Dad can't even get himself out of something. Why are y'all so obsessed if I can wipe my ass with these nails? You come on here and this is the only thing you can concentrate on. I hope you wash your ass while you worried about if I can wipe mine. Because I guarantee you mine is clean. So anytime I think around the elections, my head hurts. I don't know what they got going on, but it needs to stop. There's definitely some really, really weird energy around it for sure. You said they're so concerned. Uh, it's like that's all you came on here to say. Why did you waste your time? Why did you waste your time at all? You can see me and take shots at me, but you playing safe from a fake account to take a shot at me. I hope whoever this is taking a shot at me, bed is not on the floor, and you don't have to check your food and make sure the pepper ain't moving. Because you got other things to worry about than my nails. My nails don't bother you, and you definitely ain't paying for these. So we got considering options here, okay? So, y'all, it's when I tell y'all it's so much. Hold on, let me make sure I caught. Yeah, so these people were considering their options when they left. Why did the first card come out? Like, considering your options, the first card out. Mm. King of Swords in reverse. That means that this was a situation to where something legal was coming down the pike allegedly, and they were not going to fare well. Something that was unsurmountable, something that they possibly could not win allegedly, something that was going to rock the stability of the company and the money. Okay, big money attached to this company. It feels like they were about to face a scandal of some kind. Kendrick, they be coming for me on stupid stuff. It's like that's all you could come here for. You have you listened to the commentary? Like this was it. Said, and they will remain in the lands of their captors until they believe in the Messiah Yeshua and return to the Torah. Okay, scriptures. Yeah, heavy, heavy burdens. This feels like burdens that they couldn't get out of due to the job. So a choice had to be made, and this feels like why these people laid this situation to rest, because it feels like a no-win situation. Something was coming down the pike legally that they could not escape, that was not favorable, allegedly. Yeah, it was some kind of conversation, okay? Idle conversation was being had between the employees about the choice that they need to make. These employees decided to move forward victoriously to go. Lots of talk about money and how the money was going to be affected due to choices that were made. Gemini is not just the lovers. Well, the lovers is not just the Gemini card. It represents choices. And due to whatever those choices were made, it looks like the company possibly was going to be laid to rest anyway. They were going to have to find new jobs anyway. So whatever this was, this feels like, they decided to go ahead and leave before they got put out to pasture. It says they sold people's DNA. Um, Whatever these employees knew, they knew that they were going to be held liable, and this was going to look really, really bad. And they also knew that eventually they would be out of a job anyway. So it looks like folks just didn't want to smoke. That's what it feels like. Oh, shout out to New Orleans. We got the NOLA checking in. So yeah, 23andMe, y'all. It feel like these people knew that something was coming legally that was definitely going to really backfire. It wasn't going to work out well for them. And people wanted to get out while the getting was good. That's what it feels like. It said, I didn't know about 23andMe until it popped up on TikTok. Yeah, it was a big company. They've been around for a while. I was always afraid of what was going to happen with the DNA samples after you got whatever you got back from them. Now, funny enough, if you read the small print, if you can ever find somebody's paperwork, in the small print, it states that their service is similar to like a horoscope, not to be taken seriously. A lot of people don't know that's in the small print. So they put that in a small print so that you can't hold them 100%, liable for the information that they give you to be true. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end it a little early tonight. I'm getting tired. I gotta get up and knock out some videos for membership tomorrow. I need to finish up all the videos for tarot class so that we can go ahead and move forward. For anyone that would like to get a private reading with me, you can reach me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. I respond very swiftly, and I get back to you as soon as possible. Schedule you right away. You say, am I pregnant? With chicken wings, absolutely. Biscuit over here, wings over here. Oh my God. Y'all, my bots are defective. I need to speak to the manager. My bots are defective. Oh God, what in the world? Yes, it is a food baby. I eat good over here. Matter of fact, y'all look. I went to the store earlier. When I tell y'all I ain't never been so excited. Watch this. To all my foodies, y'all should have saw how happy I was in the store. I hurried up and ran home so I could cook something. I didn't know what I was gonna make. Mango pepper and lime pepper, I didn't care. It was gonna be delicious. One of these days I'll show y'all my spice collection. If I ever had to break those spices down, I'd probably cry. Would you say I'm a Taurus? Okay, Taurus. What did I make? I made some broiled chicken because I wanted to see what the flavor was gonna be like. So I did one set of chicken, the mango pepper, and the other side I did the lime pepper chicken. I actually like the flavor of the lime pepper better, but the mango smells really, really good. I would use the mango pepper more so for like seafood or like a fish that has a nice delicate flake to it. It's a little milder than I thought it was going to be, but it is rather good. Um, the the lime pepper was interesting. Now, what I would like to do actually is make a spicy margarita and rim the glass with the lime pepper. Would you say you're not going to do your taxes? Well, sweetheart, you don't have to. Just don't be surprised when the IRS pop up after you ain't done them in a while. Say hello from the West Bank of New Orleans. Oh, we got NOLA all up and through here. Hey, said now I'm gonna have to find those seasonings. If you can't find them in your local store, they're on Amazon. But I would, when you go in the settings for the filter, put in the sales to see who all is selling it, so you can see who's selling it for the cheaper version, or well, not the cheaper version, but the cheaper price rather. You said I'm from West Virginia. Okay. Okay, Myers. Yeah, the mango pepper I think would be better on like a seafood. Y'all should have saw how fast I picked those seasonings up and almost spent around in the grocery store. I ran to the register, was like, let me hurry up and go. Oh, I thank you, Johnny V. So, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I need to get some rest because I got to get up tomorrow once again. Anybody that'd like to email me for a reading, email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to get to you as soon as possible. I do morning and afternoon appointments. Nothing after 6 o'clock, y'all, because I got to get my rest. But thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Have a wonderful evening. And I will talk to y'all soon. I got a lot of content to get out. Apparently, y'all favorites don't know how to act, so we will never run out of content. I'll see y'all soon. Good night.